भगवते वासुदेवाय Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavate Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhakti Naitiki. So continuing with the discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 1, Questions by Vidura. Text number 43 onwards. Nunam Nripanam Trimad Utpathanam Mahim Muhushchalyatam Chamugi Vadhat Prapannar Tijihir Shishe Yesho Api Upekshitagham Bhagwan Kurunam. Despite his being the Lord and being always willing to relieve the distress of other sufferers, he, Krishna, refrained from killing the Kurus, although they committed all sorts of sins, and although he saw other kings constantly agitating the earth by their strong military movements carried out under the dictation of three kinds of false pride. As declared in the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord appears in the mortal world to execute his much needed mission of killing the miscreants and giving protection to the suffering faithful. In spite of that mission, Lord Krishna tolerated the insults to Draupadi by the Kurus and the injustices perpetrated against the Pandavas, as well as insults to himself. The question may be raised, why did he tolerate such injustices and insults in his presence? Why did he not chastise the Kurus immediately? When Draupadi was insulted in the assembly by the Kurus by their attempt to see her naked in the presence of all, the Lord protected Draupadi by supplying an unlimited length of clothing. But he did not chastise the insulting party immediately. So this is another specific characteristic of Krishna. He does not chastise or he does not punish the people who are committing the crimes immediately. He still gives them time. He gives them lots of time. He tolerates all these crimes. Why? The silence of the Lord did not mean, however, that he excused the offenses of the Kurus. There were many other kings on earth who had become very proud of three kinds of possessions: wealth, education, and followers. And they were constantly agitating the earth by movements of military strength. The Lord was just waiting to get them together on the battlefield of Kurukshetra and kill them all at one time, just to make a shortcut in his killing mission. Of course, this is one of the reasons that Krishna waited and he brought everybody to Kurukshetra so he could just kill them in one shot instead of going all over the world and finding all these demonic kings and kill them one by one. But there is another reason. Krishna is full of mercy. He's made up of mercy only. And he is very merciful even on the criminals or the people who commit injustices. So even though they commit injustices, he still gives them chance to rectify themselves and come back to Krishna, take shelter of Krishna. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Sarv dharman parityaja mam ekam sharnam raja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshashyami ma shucha. Just surrender unto me. I'll relieve you all kinds of reactions to your sinful activities. Sarva papebhyo. This is mercy of Krishna. Moreover, mercy of devotees is more than the mercy of Krishna. If a devotee forgives somebody for his injustices, for his whatever wrongdoings he has done, Krishna has to forgive that person. He does forgive. Like when in Chaitanya Charitamrita, this story comes when Haridas Thakur was beaten up in 22 marketplaces. He was being beaten up mercilessly for no crime committed by him. None. But Haridas Thakur, although he is incarnation of Brahmaji himself, he could have done plenty to against those perpetrators of crime. But he didn't. All he chose to do was he was looking at them. I mean, the soldiers were beating him up mercilessly, and Haridas Thakur was looking at them with lots of compassion in his eyes. Mahaprabhu, during Mahaprakash Leela, when he called Haridas Thakur, he told Haridas Thakur, "Do you remember that time when you were being beaten up mercilessly?" Mahaprabhu said, "I was standing right there with my Sudarshan Chakra. I was going to kill those soldiers right away. But the problem was you were forgiving them constantly. So my Sudarshan would not leave my hand and go anywhere." So Mahaprabhu then said, "What did I do?" Then Mahaprabhu said, "I just could not tolerate them beating you up so mercilessly. So I just covered your body with mine. So I took all the beating on my back." And he showed his back to Haridas Thakur with um, all the marks of the whips on his back. So this is a special relationship of Krishna and his devotees. Of course, Krishna is very merciful, but his devotees are more merciful. And then even Krishna becomes helpless. Now what to do? Like Jesus Christ, when he was crucified, he was on the cross. His hands, his feet, they were all nailed to the cross, and he was left on the cross for dying. They left him to death. But while on the cross, with hands and feet and pretty much all his body nailed, and he was beaten up mercilessly beforehand, he had to carry the cross all over on that mountain. And when they were committing, the Roman soldiers were committing this crime, Jesus Christ was telling God, in Bible it says God, so he was telling Krishna, "Oh Father, just forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. Please forgive them." So forgiving nature of devotees even takes over the mercy of Krishna. When Krishna becomes helpless, he cannot do anything. But in this case, of course, these demoniac kings, they were not getting forgiveness from any devotee. But had they, if they had taken shelter of a devotee only, have taken, if they had just gone to a devotee, "Please forgive me for my sins, whatever I have committed against you," the devotees would have forgiven them easily. Just like Draupadi. Now look at this name Draupadi came because and Dushasan, he tried to disrobe Draupadi. And Krishna came as unlimited sari of Draupadi. Same Draupadi. Of course, Draupadi at that time, she was so disturbed and she was so much of insulted. She had gone through so much of insult. She took a vow that uh, I'll wash my hair with the blood of Dushasan's chest, and then I'll tie up my hair. Otherwise, I'll not tie up my hair. Fine. That vow was taken. Bhima took his vow. Great. So then the whole battle of Mahabharata happened. Last day of Mahabharata, Ashwatthama came and he killed the sleeping sons of Draupadi. They were sleeping. They were not in the battlefield. They were sleeping. And he cut off their heads, took them to Duryodhan. Duryodhan died after seeing the heads of the sons of Pandavas. And then Ashwatthama ran away. We read all these stories. Arjun and Krishna, they ran after Ashwatthama. And Arjun promised Draupadi that whoever has killed, I'll bring his head and you stand on the head of that perpetrator and then you do the final rites of your sons. But when he saw it was Ashwatthama, so Arjun did not kill Ashwatthama, although Krishna was telling him to kill him. Arjun just bound him up and brought him to Draupadi. Now what did Draupadi do? Her only 5 sons, that's all she had from 5 Pandavas. And they were killed mercilessly by Ashwatthama. What did Draupadi do? She forgave Ashwatthama. Bhima was telling Arjun, you kill them. Krishna was telling Arjun, you kill them. Yudhishthira Maharaj forgave them. But Arjun, he understood the heart of Krishna. And then Draupadi herself forgave him. So Arjun also forgave Ashwatthama. So this is the heart of a devotee. It's just full of so much of compassion, even for the people who commit so much of injustices to a devotee. And where does this compassion come from? Originally, it's in Krishna. That's where the devotees get it from. These are all the divine qualities, and devotees, they're full of these divine qualities. So they're easily they forgive others, easily. Like last time we were discussing, either forgive and forget, and then work towards the well being of that perpetrator of crime. That's even higher level. But here Prabhupada is writing that Krishna just wanted to get all of them together on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. But somebody can say, but Krishna still allowed them to commit their crimes, still they got together at the battlefield of Kurukshetra. But Krishna was giving them a chance to correct themselves. He was giving them a chance to correct, come, beg for forgiveness, take shelter of Krishna, and Krishna would have forgiven them. Godless kings or heads of state, when puffed up by advancement of material wealth, education, and increase of population, always make a show of military strength and give trouble to the innocent. When Lord Krishna was personally present, there were many such kings all over the world, and he thus arranged for the battle of Kurukshetra. In his manifestation of Vishwarupa, the Lord expressed his mission of killing as follows. I have willingly descended on the earth in my capacity of inexorable time in order to decrease the unwanted population. I shall finish all those who have assembled here except you, the Pandavas. This killing does not wait for you to take part in it. It's already arranged. All will be killed by me. If you want to become famous as a hero of the battlefield, and thus enjoy the booty of war, then, O Sabyasachi, just become the immediate cause of this killing, and thus take the credit. I have already killed all the great warriors, Bhishma, Drona, Jadrat, Karna, and many of the great generals. Do not worry. Fight the battle and be famous as a great hero. So Krishna had already planned to kill all these warriors in Kurukshetra. And that's why he had assembled them there. But meanwhile, between their crime and the punishment, the time that Krishna gives is for them to rectify themselves. This is their chance. Just like Lord Ram, he says, anybody who just once says, "Oh Ram, I'm yours," that's it. I'll give him all the protection. Because that's what we had discussed when we were discussing Ramayana. That Sugriv asked Lord Ram in Ayodhya, that Lord, my dear Lord, when Vibhishan came to see you, and he had just paid obeisances, and you had made him king of Lanka because you addressed him as our Lankesh. But Ravan was still living, so it means that you had already made up your mind that Ravan will be killed and Vibhishan will be made the king of Lanka. But what if after that incident, and before your war with Ravan, what if Ravan had come and he had brought Sita back and taken your shelter, taken shelter of your lotus feet? What would you have given him? You had already given Lanka to Vibhishan. You couldn't have taken it back and give it to Ravan. And Lord Ram said, if Ravan had come, taken shelter of me, even after whatever he had done, I would have made him the king of Ayodhya. I would have given him my kingdom. That's how merciful the Lord is. Of course, we take His mercy for granted, and we misuse His merciful attitude. That's the difference between devotees and demons. As demons, we do, but when we try to become devotee, we acknowledge His merciful attitude, merciful behavior towards everybody, and this is this is what devotees have made bhajans on, the mercy of Krishna. And they sing the bhajan. They love his merciful nature. Like Vallabhacharya sing in the Madhurashtakam. His killing is also sweet. And his protecting others is also sweet. That's how sweet the whole, that's how my Lord is. It's just made of sweetness. Even his killing is sweet or mercifulness. Why? When all these kings, although they were criminals, but when they got killed in Kurukshetra, what happened to them? They all went back to the spiritual world. That is mercy. Before this battle of Kurukshetra, when Krishna was only 6 days old, Putana had come. Putana had come to Braj to kill all the just born kids, and she had killed so many of these kids, of these babies, infant babies, outside Braj, and she had eaten their flesh and drank their blood after killing them. And now she had entered Braj, and she came to Gokul. And the first house she came to was Nanda Baba's house, because she had gotten the news that there's where a sweet little baby is born in this house of Yashoda and Nanda Baba. She smeared her breast with this poison that was so potent that a full-grown man, just by smelling that poison, he would have died. And she had come to kill Krishna with the whole soul intention of killing Krishna by making him drink her breast milk. So look at all the crimes that Putna had committed. She had killed so many babies before, she had eaten their flesh, drank their blood, and killed them mercilessly. And now she is in Gokul, and first child she was going to kill was Krishna. So what did Krishna do? Of course, that story we have discussed, but it's a very long story because there's so many details in this story. Now, Buddha had come and she had picked up Krishna on her lap, and she had put her breast nipples in Krishna's mouth. Of course, nobody can kill Krishna, but she doesn't know that. So, what did Krishna do? She sucked the poison, the milk, and the life air out of Putna's body. And there Putna was crying. She was telling, let me go, Krishna, you little devil, you let me go. And Krishna just, with her little hands, he was holding on to the breast of Putna. And Putna ran outside the house and outside the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. And she took up her original form, which was, um, it said, what, 12 miles high. That's how tall she was. And Krishna was still little baby. And Putna was telling, let me go, because he was with his little baby hands, he was holding on to the breast of Putna. Of course, if Krishna has grabbed somebody, he won't let him go, whether it's a demon or a devotee. But by Krishna sucking the poison, the milk, and the life air out of Putna, when Putna fell down dead, she was completely purified. So much so that Krishna gave her the position of a nurse in Golok Vrindavan, as an assistant of Yashoda Maya in Golok. For her intention of coming to kill Krishna with that poison, Krishna had killed her. But her intention of coming to feed Krishna milk, that intention was also there. Krishna took that intention as the main intention and made her the mother, gave her the position of a mother in Golok Vrindavan. That is mercy. When can you imagine somebody comes to Prime Minister's office and he attacks Prime Minister Modi with an intention of killing him. And Modi ji turns around and he makes him the President of India or whatever. You can't imagine that. But Krishna did that. So that is mercy. And Krishna is just made of mercy only. We ourselves, look at our lives. We have taken so many things from Krishna. We've taken them for granted. He gives us sunlight, air, water. He gives us wonderful body that he has given, intelligence that he has given, all the facilities that he has given. And what have we done? Have we returned in the same proportion to him? Our services? No. Of course, we are still trying to be devotees, but there are so many, 99% of the population. They're not even trying to be devotees, but Krishna is still providing for them. He doesn't punish them. Oh, you misused my air and light and water, so from tomorrow onwards, no air and no light, no water for you all. He doesn't do that. He can do that. He is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's very powerful. He can do that, but he doesn't do that. He has given us all the facilities, all the strengths, all the powers, intelligence, power to speak, power to walk, power to digest, power to breathe, power to see, power to hear. Do we use it all in his service? No. But he doesn't take away these powers. He has given us plenty of intelligence, memory. We don't use it in his service. And he doesn't take it away. It's all his. This is what we've been studying in Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Everything is his. We don't use it in his service. He still doesn't take it away. He still has given it to us. Okay, that's fine. So far, whatever you've done, just surrender unto me. And that is Krishna. But Mahaprabhu even goes further. Okay, even if you don't surrender, just chant the names of Krishna. Nityanand Prabhu goes even further. Okay, just have faith. That's it. Chant the names of Gauranga. And he doesn't even say chant Krishna. They just say chant the names of Gauranga. You'll be fine. That's all we have to do to get his mercy in full-fledged way. The Lord always wants to see his devotee as the hero of some episode which he himself performs. He wanted to see his devotee and friend Arjuna as the hero of the battle of Kurukshetra, and thus he waited for all the miscreants of the world to assemble. That and nothing else is explanation of his waiting. Of course, here he wanted to give Arjuna the credit. So he waited and he assembled all the kings. But meanwhile, his mercy was working always, everywhere. And that works with us all the time. So somehow I again spent the whole class on one shloka only. I'm sorry for that. So we'll stop here, see anybody has any questions or comments.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, actually, nothing to sorry about because it means a lot of what you said. And this, I mean, these are the core values which we have to imbibe always, I mean, reading of the entire thing is this only. So, whenever you say, I mean, it's just reminding ourselves that these are things, how He forgives, Lord's mercy, how He forgives everybody, and still we are in the illusion here and there, and we are not coming close to Him. A lot many other things. So,
Yeah.
I would say thank you,
Thank
Prabhu.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much, Prabhuji. Thank you so much
Thank
for the
you.
lecture.
Are you back from Jagannath Puri or are you still there?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji, late at night yesterday.
Oh, very well.
But thank you so much, Prabhuji. It was such a wonderful class.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Annamata.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Mata. Okay, we all stop here. You all have a wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Thank you so much.